To run on your. What is prayer? Prayer is not sending God to run on your errands. A Christian can see more on his knees than he can from his feet. Prayer is not getting God prepared to do your will. Prayer is getting you prepared to do God's will. Prayer is the only way to release the supernatural power of God in your life, in your marriage, in your business, to show you great and mighty things that you know not. Prayer is the key that unlocks the gates of heaven and closes the gates of hell. Prayer has the power to cure sickness and disease. Prayer can shatter the shackles of misery and habit that are tormenting your life, or the life of your son or daughter, or the life of your husband or wife. Prayer does not need proof. Prayer needs practice. Intellectuals are now jabbering that God and heaven are far removed and far away. God is as close as your next prayer. If your marriage is under attack, pray. If your children are being tormented by the prince of darkness, pray. If your business is failing, pray. If you're fighting a deadly disease, pray. If you're lost and without God, pray. If your life is empty, if it's meaningless, if it seems to be hopeless, pray. Pray, pray, because God answers prayer.
Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another beautiful, blessed, and grateful day. Where are we at? The middle of the week. Happy Wednesday, November 16th, 11:06. Fired up, ready to go ahead and dive into today's topic. Today, we are going to be talking about the power of prayer. We're going to be talking about a little bit, even on what Nena was diving into earlier this morning, about being able to block out the five senses and really being able to tap in to your higher self. So super excited for the topic today. It's going to be short and sweet so we can go ahead and get back into the field, go ahead and continue the growth. So what is everybody grateful for coming into today? Grateful for God, grateful to be alive, grateful for the mind, for the body, for the spirit, grateful for the morning routine, grateful for all that is happening for us inside of life. Jojo, what is going on? It's good to see you. I see you tapped in. What is everybody grateful for? Drop it down below. And as far as your challenge as well, what day is everybody on to hold yourself accountable? Day 1010, right? Writing 10 blessings in the morning, being able to journal, really being able to get the feeling of not just saying what it is that we're grateful for, but being able to truly feel it and embody it inside of the body. Great for the dream team. I love you guys. So let's go ahead and get into it for today. You ready? Powerful topic for today, and it kind of piggybacks a little bit from this morning's call, but I believe this is so important to really not only be able to understand, but to be able to truly understand. You ready? So let's go ahead and get into it today, fam. Okay, today we're talking about the power of prayer. Okay, a couple of different things to understand getting into this, and this is something that this was a weak topic for me, if we're being honest, over the past couple of years. This is something that I'm by no means an expert. This is something that I'm absolutely growing with you guys as well, but I'm studying it because I understand that success is truly 90 to 99% spiritual. So being able to tap it on this side is very important. Let's go. Jojo, 16 days. I see you. Let's get it. So watch this. So prayer produces two things, okay? It produces a definite feeling, and it can also produce a state of consciousness, okay? So in essence, when we're actually diving into prayer, here's what's important to understand. Prayer is literally when we're inside of that 30-second, 2-minute, okay, time zone. Prayer is denying the senses. Watch this. Here's what our mentor Sean said this morning. Prayer is denying the senses for the greater He that is in you than he that is in the world. I'm gonna go ahead and say that again because this one hit me like a brick. I had to star and highlight this one 7 times. Prayer is denying the senses for the greater that is in you than he that is in the world. What does that mean? Once again, we say it all the time. Greatness, success, most of the time, it's literally all the time. It's just as close to our skin. But most of us, we think it's so far away. It's over the mountain. It's literally right here all along. So here's the difference, okay? Prayers are not successful unless we're utilizing both the unconscious and the conscious mind. So here's how Sean dove this a little bit deeper, okay? By eliminating all other moods, then feeling the desire. Okay, the biggest word of the day is going to be faith, right? Faith is going to be the main subject of everything. So mentally, even being able to, just like Nano talked this morning, being able to mentally be intentional with what we're thinking about and also speaking about, because if you listen to anybody that's speaking, you can never meet them, right? You can meet them in a matter of 2 minutes. You can get a whole idea of what's going on in here subconsciously and consciously, because whatever somebody speaks, they're thinking about it on a whole different level. So you start to realize, why are most people sitting inside of this state of lack, this state of scarcity, this state of fear, the state of negativity, the state of doubts? A lot of the times, how many people have you seen that say a prayer and they go right back into life feeling fearful, right back into doubt, right back into the old self, right? The whole idea of being able to get into a prayer is being able to truly live in a whole different state of being. So now when you get out of it, you're walking light, you're walking in abundance, you're walking in your true purpose, and you're no longer worried about what other people think. You're not worried about others' opinions, because you truly know what your truth is and what your music is. And the right ones that hear your music will dance with you. And those that don't hear it, they simply don't just hear your music yet. 11:11, page of vision. So I love this. This was such a deep topic getting into for today. So watch this. When we're getting into prayer, okay, when you're truly getting the feeling, when we're sitting down and we're meditating and we're manifesting, we're building this visualization, and we're building it into HD high definition 8K. Here's essentially what we're doing. Okay, Sean talked about there's two different types of trees. Okay, we have a tree that might be in California, and we have a tree that might be in New York. The tree that's in California is a redwood, but the tree that's in New York is called a dogwood. So what's the difference, right? These two trees, they have two different roots, and two different roots determines how much somebody can actually withstand a storm. So you see the one inside of New York, the roots are very shallow. They don't dig down very deep. They're very easy to go ahead and blow over. But then you have the other side. In California, you have the tree that's known as a redwood. And if you actually go back and you study a redwood, the redwood's roots go so deep in the ground, it's almost literally impossible to go ahead and knock these things over with any storm that comes by. So over the course of this journey, here's how I've learned to go ahead and really build the roots. Okay, many people don't understand that every time that you go ahead and you lose a trade, somebody gives you some negativity on social media, somebody from the external world doesn't believe in your vision, you're building your roots. You're literally callousing your hands so that now as the winds continue to blow over, guess what? You've already built them so strong, you're not going to be able to fall. This is why taking the time to do the deep work, taking the time to understand is so important, because literally what you're doing is you're building your roots. And every time that you go in prayer, every time that you visualize, every time that you take the time to literally be quiet and be still, you're building your roots. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing out here that's going to make you great. It's not the car. It's not the jewelry. It's not anything that we wear. The true greatness is right here. It's inside. Everything that we want is literally as close as our skin. So this is something big I had to sit down and really think about for this morning to really put things in perspective. Because I want to show you guys, to go and end off the call, how powerful, once again, the quantum field is. You ready? The quantum field. Let me give you a scenario and ask you if you've experienced this recently. How many of you guys have ever lost something recently? Could be something so simple. You lost your phone, you lost your keys, you misplaced something. And for maybe 30 minutes, maybe a half hour, maybe an hour, 2 hours, you didn't know where it was, and maybe you finally found that. Drop some twos down below if you guys have experienced that in the past month or two, in the past 6 months. Drop some twos. Because I'm going to show you something that's very powerful, because this same example correlates into our life, correlates into our business, correlates into our impact. So I want you to pay attention to something, okay? It could have been something that was so simple, right? You felt like you were just sitting right here. You knew you placed it right there, but it just wasn't there. It could have been groceries, could have been anything, okay? What happens to the mind after we've checked the same 10 spots, okay? We've checked the same 10 spots. We're looking around. We're like, yo, I know it's got to be in one of these spots right here, but we look into all these spots multiple times and it's not there. What does the mind start to do? The mind starts to get hectic. It can start to get very negative. It can start to get very frustrated. Like, oh, I know it's got to be in one of these things, but I just have no idea where it is. I'll give you a perfect example. It happened to me this morning with my key, with my car key, right? Had a lot to do. I had a lot of meetings going on. I was rushing inside and out of the house. And, you know, before I was about to go to the gym this morning, I was looking around. I was like, yo, where did I put my key? I know I have it here somewhere. And it's crazy because I was looking at all the spots that I thought it would be, and I started getting upset. Because here I am checking the same spot that I've already checked 3 times, going inside the room, checking the same spot. And it's like, it's not here, but I know it's got to be here somewhere. So guess what? the mind starts getting negative. And when the mind gets negative, when the mind gets cloudy, guess what that produces? More negativity, more cloudiness. That's why even from what we've been hearing a lot, what we think about, we bring about. So the same idea happens with life. If we're thinking about negativity, we're going to bring more about it inside. So here's what happened. I started to take a second to get clear, to open up and retrace my steps. Boom, turns out when I got out of the car, fell out and it was inside of the grass. But now I was able to find it because I was able to take a second, get clear, have an abundance mind to say, I'm going to be able to find it, and then it happens. So I realized the same thing happens with our business. How many of us have ever lost a trade and then we go right back into the market with a negative mindset, like, oh, I lost trade. I don't know if I'm going to be able to learn this. Or it could be somebody that didn't believe in your business, and now we're afraid to go ahead and take a video because our mindset's been cloudy from the past. Our mindset has been literally distracted from a negative environment or a negative thought process. And most of the time, guess who's inflicting it? We are. It's the negative self-talk that we're literally inflicting on ourselves. I'm not good enough. I'm not going to be able to find this key. I'm not going to be able to make it happen. The same thing goes with business. Same thing goes with trading. Same thing goes with building an e-commerce store. Same thing goes with building your brand. A lot of the times it comes down to the self-talk, because whatever we fire up inside of the quantum field, we're going to bring about inside of our life. So if the thoughts are negative, if the feelings are negative, we're going to bring more about that into our life. So think about what calls we're going to do, what calls we're going to do today. Think about what posts you're going to put out on social media, whether it be a story, whether it be a video, and think about the thought, think about the feeling behind it before you put it out. Because I'm telling you right now, this is part of the magic. This is literally the law of attraction in essence. Why do they say the secret is what? The feeling. So when we can attain the feeling before it even happens, this is when you're going to start to see all things. And obviously things take time, the law of gestation. But I'm telling you right now, whatever it is that we write down, whatever it is that we're visualizing, it has to come to pass. So these are lessons that I've learned over the course of time that I'm telling you right now, it has changed the game for me. Platinum 5,000. You know how many times I used to say 225 lives impacted? That's so many people. I'm never going to be able to do that, let alone 12, let alone 30. We're talking about 225. Well, guess what I was creating inside the quantum field? I was creating more negativity. I was creating more relationships that I would just walk past, and I was speaking in my own head. I don't need to talk to them because I'm not good enough. So whatever I was speaking about, I was also bringing about. Inside of my prayers, I would go and pray for all of these different things, to be able to withdraw from my training account, to be able to go ahead and make an impact, to go be able to touch someone's life today. But as soon as I got out of it, I stepped right back into the old me, the old negative thoughts, the old limiting beliefs. And guess what that brought more about? The same results that I kept on experiencing. So when I truly started to realize the power of being present, the power of taking the time to really, really inside of the prayer, to not just think it, but to also feel it and to know it's already done, right? That's one of the hashtags we've written down for the past 4 or 5 years, and I've never, ever let that go because I truly believe that it's already done. Doesn't matter what's happening inside of life right now. Doesn't matter what storm's happening. If you can truly believe that you're destined for greatness, time is the only thing that is left to catch up. So family, this is my training for you guys today on how to really start digging deep into your prayer, how to really obtain the feeling, whether it be your prayers, your meditation, your visualization, just your time yourself in the morning to really go ahead and be present and be in the right quantum field, because we experience this all throughout the day. There's all these little times throughout the day where we're going to be able to decide if we're going to live in a life of lack or if we're going to live in a life of abundance, in a life of scarcity or a life of joy. So I love you guys. This is something that I truly know if you apply this, it's going to change everything for you. The impact that people feel, the energy that you bring out, it's going to ripple on the other side of the screen. It's going to ripple when you make your handshake. They're going to feel it when they look you in the eyes because you have a different level of confidence for yourself. So family, I love you guys. If you got any value from today, go ahead and smash that like button, drop some sevens down below. And we've got a packed out week coming in for the rest of this one. Wednesday, we've got our product call coming in. We've got Women's Night tomorrow on Thursday. Our product call is going to be TLX Travel. We've got Mr. West coming in tonight. Super excited to that. So get ready to go ahead and get this value. A lot of action to be taken. I love you, family. Go out and have a phenomenal day. If nobody told you yet, I believe in you. You are powerful. You are amazing. And I'm so excited to see you continue to step into the best version of yourself. Success is 90% of showing up. So I see you showing up, family. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. And remember, it is your favorite entrepreneur, Define Dreams. You can be, do, or have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. I love you, family. Go out and have a great day. Let's get to it. You already know it is game time. Let's go.